All new for 1986, setting a new standard for sporty elegance, marking yet another milestone in personal luxury, with new levels of functional convenience, the latest in technological features, state-of-the-art engineering, improved performance, and improved road manners. Introducing the 1986 Cadillac Eldorado, an exciting and all-new Eldorado that is, more than ever before, designed to be driven. Yes, the 1986 Eldorado Coupe is exciting. As Cadillac's youthful, sporty car, it continues to make an emphatic statement, adding another chapter to its rich and interesting heritage. A heritage that began with the introduction of the first-generation Eldorado in 1967. This was a new kind of Cadillac. By and large, the first Eldorado had to establish its own market. It did just that, and a legend was created. In 1971, the Eldorado was totally redesigned. This second-generation Eldorado continued the evolution of the Eldorado design theme and turned out to be a very successful car. The next dramatic change came in 1979 with the introduction of a new, smaller-sized Eldorado, the third generation in the Eldorado evolution. The reduced mass of the '79 Eldorado created a sort of culture shock among loyal Eldorado owners. But after it had been on the road a few months, this new trim exterior design became accepted as the standard. Now we're introducing the fourth generation, the 1986 Cadillac Eldorado Coupe, dramatically changed and much improved. This new Eldorado is designed to attract and satisfy new types of prospective buyers, those prospects who are younger, import-oriented, and who value road car performance and driving attributes. At the same time, this Eldorado is designed to continue satisfying the traditional Eldorado owners. At first, however, as with previous all-new Eldorado generations, Cadillac sales representatives must anticipate those traditional Eldorado owners who ask,
"What did you do to my Eldorado?"
and be prepared with an enthusiastic and knowledgeable response.
We improved it. It's a big change, and all for the better. Now, this new design is more aerodynamic, with rounded contours, lower sleek front end, sloped windshield, slightly shorter, higher rear deck. The drag coefficient has been improved. Yet the roofline retains the elegant Eldorado air so important to the personality of this Cadillac. Compared to last year's Eldorado, overall length is 16 inches shorter, which enhances maneuverability in city traffic and parking situations, while the wheelbase is only 6 inches shorter. Overall height is less by a mere 6/10 of an inch, while body width actually increased by 7/10 of 1 inch. Even though it features a trimmer and more compact design, this 1986 Eldorado provides 99.7% of the interior volume of the '85 model, with numerous increased dimensions and only a few that have decreased. For example, front shoulder room is increased by 1½ inches, and front hip room is up 3.7 inches. Rear shoulder room is up 3.4 inches, and rear hip room has increased an impressive 6.5 inches, while front and rear headroom are only 1/10 of an inch less than last year, and rear knee clearance has decreased by 1 inch. Now, trunk capacity is 14.1 cubic feet. That's versus 15 cubic feet in '85, but the new utility-enhancing design results in a higher efficiency index for the trunk in 1986. And finally, with the all-new design, '86 Eldorado vehicle mass is reduced from the 1985 curb weight.
It's all new, that's for sure. But new doesn't always mean improved.
It does here, believe me. You take the paint process as an example. Now, it's new, and it includes a clear coat finish process that gives the new Eldorados a durable, deep luster finish that's second to none. The tungsten halogen composite headlamps, a Cadillac-specific design, combine low and high beams into a single assembly, which is shaped for aerodynamic efficiency and flush-mounted, which reduces drag and minimizes wind noise. Furthermore, there are two separate and interchangeable bulbs for each beam function, which can be replaced at much less cost. Now, to show you just how new equals improved on this 86 Eldorado, I'd like to explain the bumper design. This new system features a tough, corrosion-proof axle beam behind a body-colored, reinforced urethane fascia. The fascia and bright molding wrap around to the front wheel openings for a smooth, integral appearance. This bumper meets or exceeds the 5-mile-per-hour General Motors guidelines. But this is only one of the many 1986 Eldorado improvements. They're everywhere, from major designs and components down to the smallest details.
For first-hand information on the comprehensive attention to detail given the 86 Eldorado, there is perhaps no one more knowledgeable than Bob Tomchek, Cadillac Staff Project Engineer and Eldorado Seville Engineering Platform Manager. A man who played a key role in the engineering of this new Eldorado, beginning with the very first stages of its development.
As you can see in the new Cadillacs, significant amount of attention has been paid to packaging detail. All of the air conditioning components are running parallel to the cross-car vehicle and up the side of the vehicle, as are the wiring harnesses. Electrical harnesses are all protected by protective coverings or conduits. The fluid fill indicators are all color-coded to enable the customer to recognize quickly where each one of these locations are, as well as to help him positively identify which fluid goes where in the engine compartment. Attention is paid to detail for the customer, and that we have a jumper junction block on both sides of the vehicle for the customer's convenience. We also move the fuse block and relay center under a hood for convenience to the customer. We recognize that the most important points that we can make in attention to detail are in the fits and finishes of the vehicle. This can be shown by the fit of the grille to the composite headlamps, to the fender, to the bumper system, an extremely complex portion of the front of the vehicle. A small but important point for attention to detail on these vehicles is the small screw underneath the composite headlamp, the only exposed screw in the front end of the vehicle, and note that it's color-coded to match the exterior color of the vehicle. As you move down the vehicle and look at the body panels, the fit and finish of the vehicles are all designed to match the panels perfectly to each other. And now we can move from the exterior to the interior of the vehicle, where there are a number of other items that we can use to demonstrate Cadillac's engineering attention to detail on the new Eldorado. For example, all of the controls are laid out in a very functional and easy to reach manner for the customer. Other important details as you look at the instrument panel of the vehicle are the fact that we have no exposed screws. This has been a design feature of the Cadillacs for a number of years, and again it shows the attention to detail that Cadillac engineers place on designing their interiors. Another important feature that we have on the Cadillac Eldorado for 1986 that's not immediately obvious are under carpet heating ducts. We noted early on in the development of this program, with the addition of the console, that it was going to be difficult to provide optimum comfort for the rear seat passenger. So consequently we developed the idea of adding these undercarpet heating ducts that run along the side of the tunnel and then come up over the body bar and dump hot air underneath the seat, directing it to the rear seat passengers in order to improve their comfort. Again, small detail, important to engineering, but also important to our customers.
There's a lot that's new and improved under the hood. The Cadillac exclusive 4.1-liter HT 4100 digitally fuel-injected, transversely mounted V8 engine is standard, with swirl intake port design for more uniform and complete combustion, and an aluminum alloy block for reduced mass. The engine control module has 15% greater computational ability than an 85 and provides greater engine system control over a wider range of operating and transient conditions for improved performance, feel, better idle speed control, plus smoother drivability. Now, a 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission is standard, and it features the Cadillac exclusive viscous damped converter clutch for improved torque converter efficiency with smooth drivability. Reduced mass, trimmer, and more compact aerodynamic design and powertrain performance combined for improved acceleration, while at the same time fuel economy has been improved. Label values are 17 miles per gallon city. That's up 1 mile per gallon from 85. And the federally certified Eldorado moved up to 26 miles per gallon from 22 miles per gallon. That's an 18% improvement.
The 1986 Eldorado is designed to provide fuel efficiency with performance while satisfying customer demands for a quiet ride, as Bob Tomczak explains.
This car was engineered to be one of the quietest Eldorados ever, with a clean aerodynamic design, with the nearly flush glass on the windshield and the side windows, the aerodynamic rear view mirrors that were developed in the wind tunnel, as well as the doors that wrapped up into the roof, aircraft style, to give us good aerodynamics, reduce wind noise, wind rush. We also have the double body side-mounted seals here to reduce that wind noise and wind rush. Moving down to the hinge pillar area, we have a baffle that's added to the hinge pillar to reduce the noise from the tires and from the engine compartment into the passenger compartment. We have the molded noise insulator on the floor underneath the carpet. We also have foam filling in the pillar here to reduce any noise coming off from the front corner of the vehicle, as well as a sound barrier added to the front and both sides of the dash.
Standard on Eldorado for 1986 are electrically powered outside rear view mirrors, car-colored body side moldings. 14-inch wire wheel covers are available on base Eldorado, and they're standard on the Barrettes. The base Eldorado includes 14-inch aluminum alloy wheels as standard equipment. The standard tire is the low rolling resistance design all seasons radial. New for 86 are keyed locking wheel lugs for all aluminum alloy wheels. Eldorado styling continues to be highly distinctive in 1986. On either side of the more aerodynamic rear deck are the vertical taillights, an Eldorado tradition, which are flush-mounted, integral with the body. The wraparound one-piece fascia rear bumper, which also meets the GM 5-mile-per-hour guidelines, includes integral bumper guards. The fully trimmed luggage compartment provides a more efficient cargo carrying space and features a lay-down compact spare tire in an underfloor storage compartment.
1986 Eldorado prospects should appreciate the fact that theft deterrence, always an important consideration at Cadillac, was an engineering priority during this car's development.
However, in the new 1986 Eldorado, there are additional features that enhance and improve the theft deterrent features of the vehicle. Among these are the flush glass type design that runs up here into the channel of the roof, making it nearly impossible to attack the door lock mechanisms through the glass with a coat hanger or wire or other such device. Also, with the doors wrapping into the roof, it's almost impossible to get down between the doors and the roof panel with any type of device to attack the power door lock mechanism. Also, on the exterior of the door, note that the door lock has been beveled off and recessed into the door panel, making it nearly impossible to grip the door lock with vice grips. Another feature in this door is that the door lock mechanism itself, with all of the rods and the lock mechanism, have been built into an enclosed plastic module that's built into the door. The importance of this feature is that it makes it nearly impossible to attack any of the door linkage mechanism by coming through the window seal and the door panel here, such as a Slim Jim or other such device. As you move into the vehicle, there have been additional features designed into the car to add to the theft deterrence of the vehicle. The steering column itself has been redesigned to improve its theft deterrence capability. The bowl, the upper portion of the column, is now magnesium, offering additional strength. The ignition switch itself has been relocated, making it much more difficult to get any type of a device such as a slam puller on the ignition switch. We've also added a case-hardened steel pin to the ignition switch, making it much more resistant to being pulled. Another feature that offers theft deterrence to the vehicle is the hood release mechanism. The design is much more theft resistant. You can no longer attack either the cable or the mechanism through the grille.
So that you can fully appreciate how much we've done to improve your Eldorado, I'd like you to open the door and discover the all-new experience this car offers in 1986. New design bucket seats for driver and passenger provide improved lateral support. Standard seating areas are extra luxurious leather and Mayfair cloth in Barrett's, while leather with Royal Prima cloth is standard on the base model. All leather seating areas are available. All Eldorados include the 6-way power driver's seat as standard equipment, and Barrett's includes 6-way power for the passenger seat as well. Manual driver and passenger seat back recliners are standard on the base model, while Barrett's includes power seat back recliners and a new comfort-enhancing feature, adjustable power lumbar support. A leather-wrapped steering wheel with the tilt and telescope feature is standard on all Eldorados in 1986. A new, easy-to-use telescope control lever is located on the underside of the steering column directly behind the steering wheel. A new and unique Eldorado standard feature for 1986 is a front floor center console, which includes the transmission shifter and a thumb wheel controlled rotating cup holder and spring-loaded coin retainer. Barrett's adds the exclusive touch of genuine American walnut wood trim on the console, as well as on the instrument panel, the steering wheel, and the doors. There are 2 separate storage compartments, one in the console itself and a locking compartment in the fold-down center armrest, which is designed to accommodate Cadillac's optional cellular telephone. The glove box features a new push-up release, a lift-open door design, and an easy-access fuse box for increased convenience. To provide more comfortable operation, the auto-release parking brake features a new design with multi-stroke pump-to-set operation. For occupant protection, all 1986 Eldorados include the inner shield windshield as standard equipment. One area where the 86 Eldorado really shows off its state-of-the-art technology is instrumentation and electronics.
These digital displays look new to me.
They are new, and a standard feature for 86. The digital instrument cluster features blue-green fluorescent displays for speed, odometers, fuel gauge, low fuel indicator, cruise control engaged indicator, and auto dimmer indicator for the optional dimming sentinel. The control panel to the left of the cluster contains a new push-on, push-off hazard switch at the top, thumb wheel controls for the standard twilight sentinel, optional dimming sentinel, and the interior lighting, push-on switches for turning on the headlamps and parking lamps, and a lights-off switch to turn them off. New for 86, the twilight sentinel displayed in the driver information center when the system is being set and, after the system has been set and the headlights are on, when the ignition is switched off so that the driver knows how long the lights will remain on. The panel to the right of the cluster contains 2 thumb wheels and a push button for the standard controlled cycle wiper system, an off-on slide switch for the standard cruise control system, and controls for the outside rear view mirrors. The cruise control set, coast, and resume accelerate controls are now located on the steering wheel for fingertip operating convenience. Conveniently located in the center of the instrument panel is the sound system. An electronically tuned AM/FM stereo radio is standard. This is the available AM stereo, FM stereo with integral cassette player, and the Delco GM Bose premium sound system is also available. In the lower center of the instrument panel is one of the most sophisticated electronic systems in any automobile today, the Electronic Climate Control and Driver Information Center. The Electronic Climate Control System continues to provide the features and conveniences of previous Eldorados. In addition, it includes an all-new sun-load sensor feature for enhanced comfort. Now look at the Driver Information Center in the lower half of the panel. As soon as you turn on the ignition, the system displays an appropriate greeting. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Next, Monitored Systems OK is displayed to indicate that all functions monitored by the onboard engine control module and body computer module are functioning normally. While driving, the panel constantly displays the outside temperature as well as the date and the time. This new system enables you to call up vital statistics on vehicle performance, such displays as engine RPM, or engine coolant temperature, or battery volts. You can also call up fuel-related data. Range, for example, gives you an estimate of the number of miles you can drive on the remaining fuel in the tank. Instantaneous economy gives you a reading on the miles per gallon you're getting at this moment. And average economy gives you the average rate of fuel consumption since you last reset the system. In the unlikely event one of the monitored systems should malfunction, the onboard computers will call your attention to it. Such a malfunction alert may first appear in the instrument cluster with the message, "Check Driver Information Center." When you look at the Driver Information Center panel, you may read a message as simple as driver's door ajar or trunk open, conditions which can be easily corrected. The system may also tell you something like service electrical system or cooling fan fault or low AC refrigerant and then AC compressor off to let you know that the computer has automatically shut off the car's air conditioning system to prevent damage to the compressor. The system has a vocabulary of about 125 words and can display 30 such messages, all in plain English. But it's in the hands of a dealership service technician that the benefits of this system become most evident. In a diagnostic mode, this system displays malfunction codes for current as well as previously occurring intermittent problems, as well as numerous measurement and status reviews. This system can identify more than 70 problem areas and has several features which put it ahead of anything else in the industry today, which means speedy and accurate repairs if you should ever need them. For your convenience, the '86 Eldorado now includes a feature called Battery Guard, which turns off the courtesy light automatically 10 minutes after the ignition is turned off. Also for your convenience, there's another new feature, Retained Accessory Power. This feature allows you to operate the power windows, the trunk lid release, radio, wipers and washer after you've turned off the ignition switch for up to 10 minutes or until a door is opened.
Yes, the '86 Eldorados are indeed loaded with desirable, prospect-pleasing product features. There are, however, some less tangible benefits which promise to be equally pleasing. Bob Tomczyk describes one of them here.
There's another very significant and interesting story that needs to be told. Engineering began working with the insurance industry about 4 years ago on 5 significant areas of the 1986 Eldorado to help improve customer value. The first of these, theft deterrence, we've already covered in an earlier discussion. Second was corrosion protection. With the improved corrosion protection of this vehicle, the repairability of the vehicle is significantly improved over a period of time. Third, all of the major panels have been designed for better repairability. Improved access holes have been designed into the vehicle so that we can get at the exterior body panels and repair them rather than replace them. Fourth, crash parts pricing has been given a significant amount of attention, which we think offers improved customer value. And finally, the new bumper system on the 1986 Eldorado. This new bumper system has been designed to meet the more stringent 5-mile-per-hour federal standards and not the current 2.5-mile-per-hour standards. We feel that the combination of these 5 items will enhance the customer value of this vehicle significantly.
With this Eldorado, more than ever before, you have to get behind the wheel and out on the road to discover how really all new it is. This is an amazing automobile, truly designed to be driven.
You're right. I can tell already. This car drives great.
Designed to be driven. The '86 Eldorado features body frame integral construction, which provides a chassis with close tolerance structural integrity and which allows all new suspension designs. The McPherson Strut independent front suspension is a new design, and it includes gas-filled pliocell struts for enhanced ride control. The fully independent rear suspension is an all-new design, with a transverse fiberglass leaf spring which can't corrode, super lift struts, and electronic level control for good ride and handling characteristics. Cradle-mounted power rack and pinion steering provides a precise on-center feel for crisp, responsive maneuverability. a greater sense of the road without harshness. Powertrain performance is smooth and responsive, with a higher first gear ratio for better off-the-line acceleration, and an overdrive fourth gear that helps improve highway fuel economy and cruising quietness.
These engineering tests demonstrate the precise handling of the new Eldorado. Note the directional stability, body roll, and vehicle response have all been significantly improved over last year's model. Braking tests show the four-wheel disc brakes work well with the new chassis to stop the car cleanly in a panic stop and in a straight line, and not just once, but several times in a row if necessary. At highway speeds, the road feel is there, but it's not hard. The car wants to be driven. It goes where you point it.
It is these attributes that make it so essential for all prospects to drive the 1986 Eldorado. When it comes to effectively influencing a buyer's decision, it's clear that driving makes the difference. During early market research studies, when members of a group of import owners were asked if they would consider purchasing a 1986 Eldorado, before seeing the car, 13% said yes. After seeing the car, 38% said yes. And after driving the car, 44% of the import owners said yes, they would consider purchasing an Eldorado. The 86 Eldorado is designed to appeal to a variety of prospects, and a demonstration drive is equally important to all of them. Who are these prospects? Loyal Eldorado owners comprise one of the most important groups. Members of this group are mostly men, about 55 years of age, with an annual income in the $60,000 range. 40% of these loyal owners are professionals, and 20% of them are retirees. Luxury and performance-oriented import owners are another group. Members of this group are slightly younger, somewhere in their late 40s. Successful professionals or entrepreneurs, women as likely as men, and in many instances, individuals who never considered an Eldorado or any other Cadillac before. Another group is the luxury and performance-oriented domestic owners. Again, members of this group are in their late 40s, successful professionals, executives, or entrepreneurs. Quite often men, although in some markets nearly as often women. Those buyers who exhibit Eldorado-level lifestyles and often have little make or model loyalty to the car they are currently driving. 86 Eldorado features will also prove strong appeals to many younger prospects who are ready to step up, in their early or mid-40s in many cases, yet already successful, with the lifestyles and tastes the 86 Eldorado can complement and satisfy, with the motivation to make the step up, and with the purchasing power to make the move financially. This all-new 1986 Eldorado, the fourth generation in the Eldorado line, is distinguished by its unique statement of contemporary sporty elegance, its state-of-the-art designs, impressive road manners, its high-tech features, its world-class quality, its enhanced owner benefits and values, and by the fact that these distinguishing characteristics satisfy what a broader range of prospective buyers are looking for. Current Eldorado owners, import owners, competitive domestic model owners. The 1986 Eldorado offers what they want. A high priority on the list of what they want is a high-quality contemporary driving experience. And that is why the 1986 Cadillac Eldorado is an all-new Eldorado, which more than any Eldorado before is designed to be driven.